Yeah, nigga, I'ma eat. Swear to God, I'ma eat. I'ma get it in these streets. Yeah, nigga, I'm a beast. Swear to God, I'm a beast. I'ma moving on these streets. Yeah, nigga, I'ma run it. Make the game go wild. Make the game go wild. Yeah, nigga, I'ma run it. Make the game go wild. Make the game go wild. I'm just that nigga who rulin'. I swear to God, I'm not losing. I'm here to gas and no cruising. She like it fast while she moving. I'm in the game and I'm crushing. Ain't no loving and hugging. I want the money, I'm coming. If I gotta pull it, I'm dumping. Ain't no apologies coming. You wanna run it, we run it. I mean, it's really that simple. Yeah, it's really that simple. I'm the Mac and I know it. I know I really don't show it. I hit your girl with a line and have her naked and posing. I be smiling and waving. They say my voice sound amazing. I think they love me like Jalen and then I kill them like Kaylee. I'm the myth and the legend. Came from the lowest of peasants. I hit the podium running. So when I speak, it's so reverent. Cause I'm the king just like David. If I want it, no waiting. You know what time it is, baby. You know I aim with the waiting. All my niggas is kings. All my bitches is queens. You can feel some type of way, but we live in the dream. Nigga, I'ma eat. Swear to God, I'ma eat. I'ma get it in these streets. Yeah, nigga, I'm a beast. Swear to God, I'm a beast. I'ma moving on these streets. Yeah, nigga, I'ma run it. Make the game go wild. Make the game go wild. Yeah, nigga, I'ma run it. Make the game go wild. Make the game go wild.
Gotta get it, ain't no second thinking. Talking about the only eating I'm doing speaking. I'm on my way to reaching my goals and such. Might seem crazy, but I'm not even asking for much. Plus I'm sipping and it's like I'm always on one. Lately I've been hearing there's nothing new under the sun. And that's how I've been seeing life. I gotta get it to where I'm not worried about a price. I've been trending, yep, I've been leaning. Styles around, I just wasn't paying attention. But now I got a feeling that I'ma make them feel it, I'm appealing. I practically show it in every sentence. This shit way bigger than me could only imagine. From now on I'm charging the fee, summer I'm taxing. I'm the only one I could be doing with a passion. How far I tend to go, I'ma see, can only imagine.
Nigga, I'ma eat. Swear to God, I'ma eat. I'ma get it in these streets. Yeah, nigga, I'm a beast. Swear to God, I'm a beast. I'ma moving on these streets. Yeah, nigga, I'ma run it. Make the game go wild. Make the game go wild. Yeah, nigga, I'ma run it. Make the game go wild. Make the game go wild. I'm the tightest MC to ever touch the mic. Rush the mic like many waters crush the mic. Yo, I'm the illest MC to ever bleed the mic. Breathe the mic. When I spit, I feed the mic. Ain't nobody in here worthier than me tonight. And if you think so, then you best to flee the mic. I be fly. I'ma make it sting tonight. I hit hard like an anvil and Iron Mike. I'm legendary. You can call me MJ. Even PJ. Recognize my namaste. And Creole. You might say I'm grungu. I'm serious. But yo, I'm having fun too. I crush more, and that will make them rush more. Yo, I'm the people's champ, that's what all the fuss for. I sing hard, that's what all the buzz for. You think I'm good? Well, obviously I'm much more. Yeah, nigga, I'ma eat. Swear to God, I'ma eat. I'ma get it in these streets. Yeah, nigga, I'm a beast. Swear to God, I'm a beast. I'ma moving on these streets. Yeah, nigga, I'ma run it. Make the game go wild. Make the game go wild. Yeah, nigga, I'ma run it. Make the game go wild. Make the game go wild.
Girl, I love you 'cause you're strong, you're sexy and you're wrong, you're wise, mature, you're young in years and age, no need to be afraid, 'cause I'm not running games, I know it's hard to trust a man today, look into my eyes, 'cause they don't tell a lie, and hear what I have to say. Don't you know, don't you know, don't you know?
You know you got that. You know I rock that top hat. Girl, you got it going on. I watch that. You're my sweetheart. You're my sunshine. You're my soul, girl. You're my whole world. You make the earth spin. You make me whole again. And when it's cold at night, you know I hold you tight. I know you're real to me, and you appeal to me. You're like a pill to me. Girl, you Dr. Phil to me. And I'm your Sasquatch, and you're my cash crop. Your curvy backdrop, I love to make that ass pop. Thick like a country girl, but you ain't bumpkin', girl. girl. Chocolate and caramel, innocent like carousels. Girl, you my and one, never my plus one. I don't diversify, I only specialize. I know you in and out, you know me out and in. You know I love you, girl, but I will always be your friend.
Girl, I love you cause you're strong, you're sexy and you're wrong. You're wise, mature, you're young in years and age. No need to be afraid, cause I'm not running games. I know it's hard to trust a man today. Look into my eyes, they don't tell a lie. And hear the word of what I have to say. Don't you know, don't you know, don't you know? Ooh, baby.
You're like a glass mirror, you got them glass slippers. Girl, you the baddest woman, you got the baddest figure. I know you're independent and you're so ambitious with your competitive spirit and woman's intuition. I know you'll go far. Look at you so far. You got that gold card, American Express for show card. Everybody's watching you, and I'm watching too. You're like the real world, but you for real, girl. When things are up, you're up. When things are down, you're tough. That's why I can't get enough. You have endurance, plus I get that sugar rush, trembling with every touch. Your words are soft and sweet, even though I'm strong, I'm weak.
Girl, I love you cause you're strong, you're sexy and you're grown. You're wise, mature, you're young in years and age. No need to
I feel like I join the choir. Shit, I should go to church. Amen. Praise the Lord. Amen. Amen. Praise the Lord. I think I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, it was wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, made that shit and got real wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir. What you know about losing your best friend, or losing your best man, losing your blood brother from a senses, wishing you can free him again. All the real niggas put your hands in the air for the real niggas y'all getting lost. All the real niggas chug y'all gang in the air for all the bitch niggas y'all that's tossed. Man, this shit got real crazy, feel like we losing niggas on the daily. All I had tears in my eyes, anger said somebody need to die. I was trying to get some get back, they killed my homie of a bitch nigga. I be down, won't get my get back. Let's crack and look at me wrong, that boy about to get his shit pushed back. I think I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, it was wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, made that shit and got real wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir.
Have you ever felt like you've been played by a woman? It seems to happen more often than people would like to admit. It could be your girlfriend, wife, auntie, grandma, or even a stranger. In this video, I'll teach you how to spot a liar, a witch, and a temptress. Let's face it, women can be a tricky bunch. You might think you know them inside out, but how much do you really know about their motivations and intentions? The truth is that many of them are playing games with your mind. And they don't even have to try hard because most men are extremely gullible when it comes to women. These are the three main types of women that try to play men. I'll also teach you some things that you can do to avoid being played. I'll also give you some tips on how to avoid getting played by these modern women. You might think that this video is only for men, but women can also learn a thing or two from it. Have you ever felt like you've been played by a woman? It seems to happen more often than people would like to admit. It could be your girlfriend, wife, auntie, grandma, or even a stranger. So, you're the victim of a liar, a witch, or a temptress, and you're feeling confused and hurt, right? Maybe even a little angry? You might have tried to confront your wife/girlfriend, but instead of taking responsibility for her own actions, she blames you. She might even blame you for something that happened decades ago. She said some pretty hateful things to you, too. Perhaps she's even gone so far as to threaten you with contact from your in-laws, the police, or worse, her ex-boyfriends. Or maybe she's just told everyone she knows that you hit her, even though it wasn't true. What should you do? Don't fall into the trap of defending yourself and trying to argue with her. This will only make things worse and could even lead to an escalation in her behavior. Don't retaliate. This can be very tempting, but if you do so, your relationship will be over faster than you can say screwed, pun intended. First of all, don't panic. You aren't crazy, and it's not your fault. The person you love is the one who's acting crazy right now. And she's trying to make you believe that she's the victim here, but that couldn't be further from the truth. The first thing you need to do is get some perspective. It's easy to get sucked into a lie and believe it's true because our brains are designed to make quick judgments based on emotions rather than logic. This is why we get fooled so easily by con artists who exploit our fears and insecurities. We're also programmed to go with the flow of the group, which means if your wife or girlfriend starts telling her friends that you hit her, they'll all believe it too. Don't fall for the trap of believing that you're the bad guy here. It's important to remember that this is all an act, one that she's been rehearsing in her head for weeks if not months. The fact that she's now playing a role doesn't make it any less false, though. Women are masters at manipulation, deception, and seduction. They are experts at getting what they want from men without giving anything in return. They know exactly how to use their feminine wiles for personal gain and will not hesitate to do so if it means getting ahead in life or landing that big promotion at work. You need to be on your guard at all times, because women will use every weapon in their arsenal to get what they want. They will lie, cheat, and steal if necessary. They are master manipulators who can twist the truth into whatever shape they want it to take. A woman's opinion is like a roller coaster. It goes up and down depending on her mood and how much attention she wants from you. Women have been accused of being the weaker sex. This is not true. Women are physically weaker than men, but they are far more cunning and devious than we are. They can put on a show of innocence and vulnerability that makes you feel sorry for them, right up until they sink their teeth into your jugular vein. There are 3 types of women in the world you should watch out for: the liar, the witch, and the temptress. These women can't be put in any order as they are individuals who will use different methods to get what they want. The liar does not necessarily lie all the time.
Can you hear me now? I did all that and nobody could hear me, huh? Let me do it again. Welcome to the Too Much Moxie podcast. I am your humble host, Too Much. And with me today is my co-host, the big Walter. Walt, can you hear me, man?
Yeah, I can hear you. I heard your the intro and everything.
So I did it twice. You heard it twice?
Oh no, not your too much moxie. I heard the video. I mean,
Okay. All right, man. We're getting into it, man. You see the thumbnail. You know, I'm pretty proud of this thumbnail, man. It's kind of dope looking too, man. The liar, the temptress, the liar, the witch, and the temptress, man.
yeah, man.
Let's get into it, man. Let's talk about these modern women. And let's help our guys out, man. What do you need? I mean, as men, you have to watch out for at least, there's all types of women out there. But if I had to break them down into an archetype and try to generalize everything, this is kind of how I would break it down. You know, there's that woman that's always lying. You know, she's young, she's beautiful, you know, she's seductive, and she's just trying to get what she wants in this world. So the truth is not in her. She has figured out that, hey, all I gotta do is tell this brother what he wants to hear, because he's gonna tell me what I want to hear. So I'm just gonna tell him what he wants to hear, and I'll get what I want too. Right? So you have women like that. You have women like that that'll argue you down, right? Knowing they wrong, and will make up facts just to prove her point. We have women like that. Those are the liars. Those are the liars. You got. But let me give you the rundown of the three type of women before we go into archetype. The liar, that's the woman. She doesn't necessarily have to be like a straight up liar, but she will move the goalpost. Does that make sense? The liar will move the goalpost to meet her needs, right? She always has to be right. You know, you can't tell her anything because she knows everything, right? She's kind of in her masculine, you know, but she just lied. You know, she just lied. The truth is not in this person. That's the lie. Have you ever dated a liar, Walter?
Not
Dated
just
a woman that
dating,
would constantly lie?
not
Just
just
make up
dating,
anything?
friends, coworkers,
Friends,
everything.
co-workers. Man.
Because men have to watch out. Men think they have to watch out for dating, but some women have come up with a scheme to where they're like, well, look, I know I'm toxic. I know I'm single. I'm probably not going to be dating men like that because I know they figured me out and blah blah blah. So now they set up a whole that it's a they've set up themselves like a business now. Oh, I have my friend who gives me this. I have my coworker who fulfills this need. I have the person who I'm dating who fulfills this need, and so on and so forth. So some women, especially in what I do in my profession, I've seen some women that they had a sugar daddy for this, a coworker for this, a best friend, male friend, friend zone for this, and so on and so
Mm-hmm.
forth. I have rarely seen a woman that had less than um, two or three guys because she's networking herself.
Okay, man. So that liar is the type of woman who has a need to be right, and the more you are wrong, the more she is right. That is the kind of the archetype for the liar. And that's going to run through the archetypes real trip, and then we're just going to jump in to each section. I'm gonna pretty much, this is what's going to happen. I did a premiere of this video yesterday. Not a lot of people got to see it, so I'm premiering it again on this show, and it's a 12-minute video, but we're gonna break it up into pieces. So y'all saw the introduction part, and now we're kind of switching over into the liar type. I'm gonna play that video, then we're gonna expound upon it. Then I'm gonna pause it. Then I'm gonna play the video, the part where it talks about the witch, and then the temptress. Pause it, and so on and so forth. That's kind of how we're gonna go with this live stream today. But I just want to run through the quick archetypes real quick. So the liar is the type of woman who has a strong need to be right, will move the goalpost, and she'll just lie. You know, if you ask her who she's talking to, she's gonna lie. Who you texting? Nobody. Who you on the phone with? My brother, my uncle. You know, she's just gonna lie. She's not gonna tell you the truth because it's not in her. So let's talk about the witch. The witch, Walter, this is the woman that knows how to use her words, right? This is the auntie. This is the more mature or older woman. This is the type of woman that keeps you from being a man, mothering you and using manipulation, gaslighting tools as a point of control. Do you know any women like this, Walter? The witch.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a lot of cougars like that because
Cougars. There you go. Talk to it.
they know they're like, okay, I'm at a certain age. I've been toxic all my life. I don't really see myself changing. So now I need to formulate a scheme to where I say certain words to where I can get a man to accept me as my toxic self. I'm going to look for a man that's more lonelier. I'm going to look for a man that can't find a woman. I'm going to look for a certain man at a certain point in his life as well. It's all calculated out, and then I'm going to befriend that man, and I'm going to offer him things or offer him. I might even offer him peace of mind, a false peace of mind, as long as I can hover over him and do my type of things. As long as he agrees with that, I'll give him a certain false peace or false um, backing, but he really won't get legacy from me because I already gave that legacy to somebody else in the past or other multiple people in the past.
Man, well said. Well said, Walter. That's the witch. Y'all gotta watch out for the woman, that older woman, the witch. She can also be a temptress. The witch is a manipulator. She's an older woman, but she may still be beautiful, right? She may not have the wrinkles may not be showing. So she can come to you as a temptress. She could be an old hoe, right? Just an old prostitute, right? She did all her things when she was young, made her money, and now she still kind of looks, she kind of still taking care of herself. She kind of looks run down, the body count's run up, but she knows how to use those feminine wiles because she's worked in the sex working industry, right? So she knows how to turn a man's head and get his attention, and she knows how to manipulate him. So you got to watch out for the witch. Now, last but not least, man, you know, this is the temptress, right? The temptress is the type of woman whose weapon is sex, seduction, and guilt. They can also be an IG model, an OnlyFans, stripper. These women are cunning. They're so sweet. They're so tempting, right? They're so seductive that if you get too close, if you come across too weak, they can take you out. They can rob you, they can drug you, they can actually take you out. This is what they do. This is who they are. It's their profession. They enjoy it. You ran into any temptresses, Walter?
Yeah, in my personal life and in my what I do professionally. And the truth is, it's so bad now to where some of them aren't even sweet with it. Some of them are just brash and nasty with it, and they say, "Hey, well, look, you ain't got nobody, you lonely, blah. You should just accept this. At least you get some blah 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 for me now. You know, blah blah blah, and nigga, stop playing and all. You know what I mean? All that type of stuff like that."
These women can be very transactional, right? They can be, they know how to create fantasies. These women are also very good at creating fantasies. They are the ideal modern women who feel empowered. They are running up their body count. They don't care. They're numb to your feelings and super enhanced to their own feelings, needs, and wants. And that's how they live. They're like, man, if I want a Chanel bag, I'm gonna get it. If I don't want to pay for a Chanel bag, I know how to get a man to pay for the Chanel bag. Those are they don't necessarily have to be young, but they're usually young and very, very attractive women, and they know it. They grew up on pretty privilege. They know that they have this Coca-Cola shaped body that every man wants. They've been knowing that since they were a kid. These are women that are aware of who they are, and they're empowered going into the sex. They have no problem with being a stripper. They have no problem with being a sex worker. They have no problem with teasing, taunting, tantalizing a man. They're very in tune with their feminine, but they are masculine.
Yeah, they have no problem saying, "Oh, I bet your wife doesn't do that."
Yes, they have no man. They're very transactional. They want what they want. They want what they want, and they want it now. That's who these temptresses are. You have to watch out for because the temptress, she can take you down a path that you might not be able to return from, right? That temptress, you also got to watch out for temptress, because temptress know how to emasculate a man, but they do it sensually, right? Right. Hey, turn over. Let me do this to your bottom. They'll start suggesting things. They know how to emasculate. They want to test the boundaries. These temptresses, they will test you. Not only will they test your pockets, they will test your resolve as a man. They will test your character. They will test your strength. They will also use tactics just like the liar, which is gaslighting, right? They will also use manipulation tactics just like the witch, right? Because that's who they learn their game from. They either learn their game from a man, or they learn their game from an older woman, a madam. You understand what I'm saying? These women have game. They know how to be the fantasy that you want, and they know how to leave it at the door. They know how to walk in and give you what they want, and then leave out the door. So these are the three archetypes that we're going to talk about, man. Let me go into the video it's about to start talking about the liar, and then we're going to stop it, and we're going to get into more about the liar. You really got to watch out for this one, man. Hey, Walter, I had a girl, man, tell me one time, man, that she brought me this. She baked me something. It was like this. I don't know if it was a cake or like a cookie ice cream cake or something like that. She said she baked this for me. And she brought it. She's trying to let me know that she can cook, she can clean. She's trying to let me know. She was a kind of on the heavier side. But come to find out, that was a lie, Walter. She ain't even She didn't even cook. She didn't even bake it herself. She went and purchased this thing and told me she baked. She told me this is what she does for a profession. She bakes, but come to find out, she don't bake. She buys. So you got to watch out for these liars, man, because they're liars are the insecure women. The liars they're very, very insecure, and they always want to make themselves look better than what they are. So let's go into the video here. Bring this back up on the screen here.
While you're bringing it up, everybody like and subscribe and to the channel, whoever's watching, and yeah.
We're a little light today. Man. Usually we have a few people in the room. That's okay. Y'all gonna have to catch the replay. Let's get into it.
However, she makes up facts to support her feelings.
Let me bring it back a little bit. Hold on. All right, let me start it from here.
The liar does not necessarily lie all the time. However,
Let's go.
she makes up facts to support her feelings. She is a very argumentative person. She has a strong need to be right. The liar has the tendency to make up false facts to please others. She will fight tooth and nail to prove her point. You can find her working in jobs like retail, sales, fast foods, MLMs, customer service, security, and telemarketing. The witch is an older woman, but could be young.
Let's stop it there. So y'all see some of the professions that they're in, that they're involved in. Liar, she's attracted to MLMs, she's attracted to scams, she's attracted to fast money. Not that MLMs are scams, right? Not all MLMs are scams, but this is the type of profession that they're in. You know, these are really low level. They don't want to, the liar really doesn't want to work too much, right? This is not the one that's going to work hard. She's trying to look for the easy way out, so to speak. She's trying to look for the quickest route to get what she wants, right? So she's figured out, or she's relied on, and it could be partly due to a lot of trauma, right? But we know that all women lie. Men lie too, right? We know that everybody has figured out that if you lie, you can almost get what you want faster. So these are those type of women. They just lie, man. I had a girl one time in high school, man. This so stupid, and I was so gullible, man. I don't know if you remember this, Walter. We were at high school, man. Not gonna mention her name, but there's a girl in high school, man, that claimed that do you remember when what was the guy's name? What were those shoes that came out? Not the Mashburns. He used to play the piano and he played basketball. You know what I'm talking about, right? What's
Yeah, basketball? What, Penny Hardaway?
Grant Hill. Grant Hill. Remember when the Grant Hills came out?
Yeah, the Feelers.
And supposedly somebody robbed the UPS truck or something like that, or these bunch of shoes fell off the truck, and all of a sudden you start seeing kids walk around in all these Nikes and these Feelers that came out, right? So this chick in high school, right?
Yeah.
She had me believing that she was going to get me some Jordans, that these Jordans fell off the truck. So she said, yeah. What size do you wear? Ask me my size, everything. I mean, just random. Had me thinking that she had some Jordans for me and said, oh yeah, I'll bring them to school the next day. So I show up to school next day all excited, thinking I'm about to get my Jordans, man. The first person I'm trying to see is old girl, and she's nowhere to be found. I can't see her first period. I can't see her second period. I can't see her during the break during passing, but I see her during lunch. I find her during lunch. I say, what's going on with the shoes? She makes up a story and says that, oh, the shoes got confiscated. They're in the office. They're with the security guard. They wouldn't let me bring them in. Just one lie after another. So all day I'm waiting on this lie. So I go to the security guard to ask him about the shoes. And she's like, shoes? What are you talking about? There ain't no shoes. What are you talking about, man? There ain't no shoes. And then he tells me that, hey man, the shoes are in the shoes are in the the shoes are in the office. You can pick them up after school. Then he tells me this, right? But that's only because the girl was behind me kind of winking, but I couldn't see. So I'm gullible. I'm waiting on these. I'm thinking I'm about to get some free Jordans, man. This chick got me and a whole bunch of other guys thinking we gonna get some free Jordans. So it wasn't just me. And the school happened. We go to the exact same security guard again. And security guard has to look at me and tell me, man, that girl's lying to you, man. Ain't no Jordans, man. Ain't no Jordans. So then I go back to the girl and I say, man, why you lied to me? Why you tell me there were Jordans? And Walter, do you know to this day, she still says that there were Jordans?
No way.
To this day.
Okay, that's just bad. Does
Like the
she even
girl wouldn't just come clean and say, hey man, there's no Jordans. I made it up. She just lied.
have a man to this day?
Oh, she's married. She's married now. She got herself together, I guess. But I'm just saying, man, some women just lie.
Yeah.
And they will not tell the truth. The truth is just not in them. These women you want to avoid because they will get your hopes up and crush you. Never believe these women. These women will lie. These women who are liars, they just understand the truth is not in them. Man, they'll just if they'll lie about some Jordans that are false and make up a story like that, can you really believe anything else they're saying? Especially if they lie so much that they believe their own lie.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made this woman believable, because she believed it. She stuck to the script.
Well,
She didn't change.
That's something that's taught. In order to be able to be good at what you're at, you have to be able to believe in yourself and have confidence in yourself. Why people don't use that for more positive things is ridiculous, because they'd be better off doing that. And before anybody rolls their eyes at this podcast, yes, I know men and women lie. However, men, when we lie or whatever, we'll be all right, I lied, cool, blah, blah, blah. We'll come off a little bit more respectable with it. Like, I've noticed that more women, they will take lies to the grave, like,
Man.
especially in relationships, like, excuse me,
Man.
relationships, that there's things that unless they just get caught on video, on audio, or whatever, they will take that lie to their grave, like with a husband, with whatever. And
Why do
so that
why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
um
Can men handle the truth? Can men handle the truth? Because we like to think women can't handle the truth. Can men handle the truth?
yeah, it's how we're taught growing up, because men are taught to be a man, whatever, whether somebody's telling us to be a man in the right way or be a man in the wrong way, simping or whatever. But we're, as a bottom line, men are always taught to accept certain things. And so we're taught, okay, just accept it, just tell the truth, blah, 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 man up, right? We're always taught to man up, right? But you never really hear the term woman up. There ain't even no term woman up or whatever. Why? Because in our society, women are taught like it's okay. So you have it's okay versus man up. Unless that woman herself wants to take integrity and responsibility for something she did. And shout out to the women who do that. But in general, in society, men are taught to man up, women are taught it's okay. And so that's why they hold on to lies so much. That's why some women hold on to lies for that long.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Oh man, nah, man, we don't. Let me tell you something, man. Anybody that wants to do promotion for this channel, just respond to this thing, man. We don't want bots. We don't want bots. We want real views over here. We want real views. I tried a one gentleman, and it just seems like I don't know. I don't know, man. Thank you for that shout out. Hit my inbox. We'll talk about it. But if it's not Google promotions, if it's not Facebook, if it's not Twitter, if you're not promoting on those type of platforms, I don't think we can use you. So, but thank you for that comment. But let me get back into it, man. See, Walter. The thing about liars, the thing about liars is liars will set you up. You got to watch out for the women who are like, because see, you, even though I'm talking about the liar, the witch, and the temptress, but don't you know that they can all be one? They can all be one woman. The same
Right.
woman can be a liar. The same woman can be a witch, a master manipulator. The same woman can be also a temptress. They interchange. See, these women, they see the womanhood is strong. They talk to each other. They have TikToks now that tell you how to take advantage of men. They have TikToks now that tell women how to pretend to be feminine so they can get a man and then take them for everything they got. These women who lie, they have low self-esteem and they want something from you. Walter, what are some things that men can do to avoid being scammed or tricked by these kind of tricksters, by these kind of cunning women who lie, who make up scenarios, who move the goalposts, who
I would
try
say
to take advantage of these men to get what they want?
just know the code and don't overextend because you're not what I tell young men, you're never going to be perfect in there's too many games out there to be perfect in it, but you have to have standards like, okay, if I go out on a date, especially if it's a first date, I'm not going to go above 15, $20 or or something like that, or I'm not going to get married within a month or two, or different. You have to develop a man code. And if you don't have it, you could do things like read your Bible, go get counseling, talk to men who aren't simps. You could talk to me, you could talk to Moxie. You have to develop a male code because if you don't, that's how they're able to get their lies or manipulation going because they get you off code and then just take it from there. They'll get you they're looking for guys at their loneliest points. They're looking for guys at their most broke points. Like a lot of the cougars that I deal with, that want to do that mothering thing and whatnot, they look for a guy that's like maybe he just lost everything right now, or maybe as he's at a low point. The first thing they say, well, look, I got an education, I got this, you don't have to worry about anything. And a real woman isn't going to say that. She instead of saying you don't have to worry about anything, she's going to say, well, let's get you to the man that you need to be. Whether I need to wait or whether I need to support you in something. Let's get you not oh no, just stay here and be this man where you are. You don't have to worry about nothing. I got my own, and leaving you in that spot. So and I can go on about all the different games and all the different solutions, but the best thing to do is to have a code and stick to it. So even if you do get messed up and get played, as long you didn't get played by a lot, if you spent $15, $20 on that date and she was just dating you for a free meal, Okay, it's $15, $20. I learned something. All right. Or if you didn't marry her after 2 or 3 months, or didn't get a prenup, okay, cool. I'm good. As long as I'm not married to her. It'd be different if you marry her and then it's like, oh, I gotta, you get what I'm saying? So you have to be on have a certain code and standard. Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, that's why I
Yeah,
can't.
I don't know what's going on. I'm
I
just
can hear
getting
you.
muted or something. I don't know what's going on. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear
This
you.
thing is nothing crazy. Okay. So when dealing with a liar, man, you want to make sure that you always call a liar out. You want to make sure you call the scammer out. You want to make sure you call the deceitfulness out. You want to make sure that you fact check the goalpost mover. That you be like, nah, man, that's not factual. You want to call them out. That's the first thing you want to do. And then the second thing you want to do is honestly, you don't want to be with a woman that lies. You can't trust a woman that lies. A woman that will lie over the smallest thing. Imagine the biggest thing. You know, I know. We get that phone call all the time. I'm just right around the corner. And in 30 minutes to an hour later, that person shows up. Okay. 30 minutes to an hour later, that person. I mean, I get it. I get it. We all know people like that, right? We all know people. We all know women like that, right? But we gotta set a standard. We have to set a standard that says, listen, if you want to deal with me, you got to be truthful. People who tell me they're right around the corner and they're almost there, you know what I do to them? I leave them. Oh,
Yeah.
we moved over. Oh, we're over here now. You got to come over here now. Yeah, you took too long. We're not waiting. I don't wait for people. I used to wait. But no, if same thing, even with your woman. I know you don't want to leave your woman, right? She's taking too long, but you have to teach her. How else is she going to learn? How
Thank you.
else is she going to learn if you don't teach her? If you don't show her that you're serious, if you don't show her that you're going to stand on this. See, a liar will keep lying as long as you're gullible enough to believe it. But if you start calling them out on their lies, if you stop hanging out with the liar, if you stop functioning with the liar, guess what they're going to have to do? They're going to either have to tell you the truth or they're going to have to go to someone else.
And don't let your feelings get hurt when they go to someone else, because there's a bunch of
Avoid the
paperwork.
liar. Avoid the liar because the liar leads into a seductress and a temptress and a manipulator. Lying leads to lying is the first part. If she'll lie, she'll cheat. She'll steal. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about those little harmless lies like, oh yeah, everything's okay, but it's really not. I'm talking about the woman that will make up a story just so you will believe her, just so she can get what she wants, just so she can hide something from you. You want to avoid these women, and I'm going to say it like this: avoid them like the plague. Avoid the woman that constantly lies, that cannot tell the truth. If you catch her in a lie, call her out on it. Don't brush it under the rug. Stop being nice, my man. Men, stop being nice. Call it out. Don't be afraid to call out a liar. Don't be afraid to put it all on the table. Don't be afraid to make her explain herself and get the truth. You don't have to be with a liar. You don't have to be with a liar. You can actually move on. She's not that fine. She's really not. Liars can be seductresses, can be temptresses. You got to watch out. Liars can be somebody that's not attractive, right? But they gotta, make up something so they can get what they want. These people have low self-esteem, and you don't want that energy around you. Just simply avoid them. Avoid the modern woman who chooses to lie and make that her weapon. All right, let's go into the next segment, man. Let's play the video. Let's play the video. And let's talk about these witches. These witches.
Younger or a middle-aged woman, a divorced single mother, or just a single mother, also known as a cougar. She could be a mother of your friend but act like she's your mother as well. This woman is manipulative, controlling, and like the liar, she will argue with you to prove her point. Gaslighting is one of her main weapons when it comes down to dealing with problems. She is the type of person that will take advantage of a situation to get what she wants. The witch, like the liar and the narcissist, is not aware of her actions. She has the tendency to gaslight you into believing that she's right and you're wrong. This woman is a master manipulator and she knows how to get what she wants with very little effort. Watch out for her when it comes down to dealing with your relationship, finances, children, or even family issues. The witch is a woman who will make you feel like you're crazy or stupid when she wants something from you. You can find her working in jobs like banking, accounting, and finance. Jobs like customer service, nursing, healthcare, and professions like doctor, lawyer, counselor. Also watch out for the CEOs, business owners, and entrepreneurs. The women at this level are masters at educational babble, and indoctrinated with feminism and the idea that women are more valuable than men. They will use their knowledge to control you, shame you, and make you feel stupid. The witch is a master at using words to manipulate your feelings and actions. These women are masters of manipulation, and they will use your emotions against you. They will also try to guilt trip you into doing what they want by making you feel bad about yourself. They use this to control men and manipulate them into doing what they want. Watch out for these women in your life, especially if you are married or have children. The Temptress is an attractive.
All right. Let's get into it. So that's kind of the breakdown of the witch, right? The witch can be a mother type figure. She's usually an older woman. She can also be a younger. There are young witches out there. They're young. Okay, you got to watch. They're young manipulators. These women. If you've ever seen that movie, Catch Me If You Can, right? How he was a young man. He was a con artist. Manipulators, witches, are like con artists. They pretend to be something they're not. They will pretend to be a realtor and not be a realtor, right? They're masters of disguises, right? They can wear multiple wigs and extensions and weaves. They can go from blonde to orange hair to blue. You see what I'm saying? They're like a gypsy. They live a gypsy type of lifestyle, right? They're just carefree butterfly. They believe that women, and they believe in women empowerment. They're not women that are gonna be submissive to men. These are women that can't be submissive to men. They're wanting to control a man, and they can be masculine. They can do it either by masculine, or they can do it by being sweet and nice and being like a temptress. They will use whatever they can, but usually, they have these witches who understand that they're going to be single and they're not going to be married and they're living this life. They're usually professionals, right? They have strong degrees like doctors, lawyers. They love things like counseling. They love to give you advice so they can manipulate you even more and mess up your mind. They love playing those mind games. These are women who can be even mother. They could be even mother figures, right? Because they have children themselves. Another bot. We got to get these bots out of here. They have the children themselves. Let me go. If you let me go ahead and just block this dude right here. Let me just block that user. Wow, blocked him out of here. But the older woman is the one that young men need to watch out for. Young men, I know when you're young, you got that crush on that teacher, right? That older woman teacher, right? There's this teacher that you got this crush on in school. And it's cool to be that young cat to take down that teacher, right? But what you don't realize, right, is that teacher is really taking you down. She's gonna manipulate. She's gonna have the advantage, right? Matter of fact, that's a perfect word. Matter of fact, I should. I don't know why I didn't put that. A lot of time, these cougars are teachers. They are educators. They are in the education, or they work for the government or social work and things like that. You got to watch out for them because these are working women. These are women who've chosen the path of a job over the path of a man. These are the women that are going to take advantage of you, emasculate you. They can use sharp words or they can use soft words. Whatever they can do to manipulate you and get you on tilt so they can control you. They'll feed you false information. They'll tell you things that's not true on purpose because they want to control you. They'll say things like your daddy doesn't care about you. They'll say things like men are evil. They'll put those things in your head to make you feel guilty. So you will be easily manipulated and controlled by them. Walter, you ever date any older women? You ever run into any women like this? You ever have any experience dating an older woman and seeing how she moves and how she dealt with it?
Sad. I have in my personal life, and I've seen it happen professionally. They would rather you be Stedman than a Barack Obama, and that's the problem with it. A lot of them idolize people like Oprah instead of wanting to be a Michelle Obama, and it's kind of bad because you can get trapped in it. Like they like to say things like, "Oh well, men do it too. What's the problem with me doing it?" And the problem is, men don't really do it. I mean, some men do, but trying to generalize that for all men is just a bait and hook. Like, oh, I can't get an education. I can't. Nobody said you can't get an education. Nobody said you can't get this. The problem is you want to use it as a to usurp a man, instead of working with a man, instead of building up a man. That's the problem, and that's where the manipulation comes in. And so men need to watch out because if you take that bait, you can limit yourself as a man and get stuck in a place for years.
Man, say that. And I got buddies going through that right now. You gotta watch out for the older woman. See, the older woman, this is what will happen. See, the older woman, she will emasculate you, right? She and knowingly and unknowingly, right? Because the older woman wants a baby. She wants something to take care of, right? You're her baby. Older women are also, either there's two older women. There's an older woman that likes to be alone, and then there's the older woman that can't be alone. So she has to have someone with her. You see what I'm saying? She's still the witch because she has to use manipulation. She has to use tactics, right? She'll allow you to stay at her home. She'll cook for you. She'll feed for you. So you'll think, hey, man, I got it good here. But like my boy Walter said, no, you're stuck here because now you're not improving yourself because she's babying you. She's mothering you. She's smothering you, right?
Yeah, right.
She wants you to stay playing PlayStation. right? She doesn't,
Right.
so she's gonna have the PlayStation. She knows how to attract the man that she wants. She's gonna have a PlayStation, Xbox, right? She's gonna have a big screen TV for you to watch your sports. She's gonna bring you your meals and all this other stuff, but she is going to keep you there. There's no future with her. There's no legacy with her, right? There's just companionship until you both get tired of one another. That is it. And if you're a young man with no kids, you don't want to get involved with this woman. She has kids. She wants to make you the stepdaddy. That's her mission. Keep you here like one of her children to watch the children. Let me say that again. She wants to keep you here like one of her children so you can watch the children.
Yeah,
This
either
older
that
woman,
or she could be
yeah,
grown and her children are already grown up and she just wants companionship because she didn't work on it earlier in her life. Because you could ask her about her ex-husbands and ex whatever, and I dare you, most of them will say, "Oh yeah, my ex-husband this and that. He didn't do this and this and that." Okay, so really, you just got rid of you got with a Pookie and Ray Ray, and was too insecure to get over that for all your life, and so now you're looking for companionship because you didn't do the work that it took.
it, it's always the man's fault with these women, right? The man, see, so, but let me tell you who's the enemy to her. The enemy to the witch is a mature man,
Right.
because that mature man knows all the tricks that she's going to use, and he's not gonna stand for that. So she can't get away with stuff she can get away with a mature man that she can get away with a younger man.
Now, when we
That's
say mature men, we're not just meaning mature in age, because there's a
no,
lot of men, believe it or
no.
not, that's 50 and 60 years old that's acting like a 30-year-old bum. They just got older.
Oh yeah, but those witches, those witches, they don't go for those guys. Even the old, they don't go for those guys. They may let them hit it every now and then on an off day, but they're
Yeah.
going. But these witches, they know how to become the seductress or the temptress for these younger men, because they also know that a lot of these young men are not having sexual relationships with women because of the marketplace, because of the high competition, right? Because of them having to be the top 1%, and they're not there yet. So they're low hanging fruit for these type of women. Low hanging fruit. Let me go get me an 18, 19, 20-year old who's horny all the time, right? Whose
Yeah.
hormones is going crazy. And let me give him some of this good thing and control him. Gotta watch out for that. Gotta
They
watch out for that.
dicey too because they use shows like this against a man. That, like, they'll say, "Well, hey, aren't you tired of women dating you just for a meal? I'll pay for the meal. Aren't you tired of a woman doing this and blah blah blah? I'm not doing that. Just come on
Yeah.
over here."
Man, let me tell you, man, they'll cook for you, they'll clean for you, they'll create an environment. But guess what? The moment you do something they don't like, get out. You're back on the streets. I'm telling you, man, these women, man, they want to keep these witches, these manipulators, right? They want to keep you in an environment to where you don't grow. They are there to stunt your growth and to be superior to you so they can control you. A witch will lie to you. Let's be real. If she's not the most attractive woman, she's going to tell you things that are going to make her seem more attractive for you to choose. Oh, you don't want to mess with those women out there. Those young girls don't know how to take care of a man. They can't feed you like me. You'll never find I'm the last of my kind. There's no more women out there like me. They they will. I'm telling you from experience, and I'm also telling you from just day to day. These couples are not the business. They're fun for a while. You'll get you some sex. But guess what? They want control. They want to manipulate, right? They want to still feel like a young temptress, but they want to still operate like a modern woman. They still want to operate out. They don't want to submit to a man. They're not going to help you become the man you want to be. These women are here to stunt your growth. The liar is there to distract you and keep from your purpose. The witch is there to manipulate you, right? And to stunt your growth and to make sure you don't grow to become a man. She wants to keep you a child because that way she can control you. She wants you to be in your emotions because she knows how to control your emotions. Does that make sense? That's why she deals with you the way she deals with you. That's why she calls you baby, sweetie,
Now I have a question.
my
What
little man.
what classification are the women who, because we're seeing something a little bit different nowadays too. We're getting a lot of women that's under 30 that has 3 and 4 kids that's doing cougar
They can
manipulation.
they can be a witch. Yeah, they can be a witch too. Of course. It does, man, there are young witches too, you know. They start out, I mean, they're trained by witches. You know, their mother was a witch, right? Their auntie was a witch. Their grandmother was a witch. I mean, they're trained. They're trained in this lifestyle, man. You know, they're the younger women are usually the let me tell you how you find who the young witch. She doesn't necessarily have to have kids. She said, a young woman, she sways from the temptress to the witch. They go back and forth, right? These are young, free-spirited women who can be kind of earthy, if you know what I'm talking about. Right? They can be kind of earthy, down to
Yeah,
earth, like an earth girl, walk around with no shoes on. They're just carefree like that. and and they can even be feminine. You understand, these witches, they can be whatever they need to be. They can go from feminine to masculine. They can do it all. They can do it all. And remember, I said all three of these archetypes can be one person.
right.
All three can be one person. They don't have to be separated. The liar will have a little bit of witch or a little bit of temptress in her, right? The temptress, she's definitely going to be a liar, and she's definitely going to be a witch. She's just younger. And that gets us to the next segment. Let's talk about the temptress, man. Let's talk about. Okay, well, hold on. Did we say how to avoid how to avoid witches? How to deal with witches? Walter, how do you deal with a witch, man? When you come across a cougar, when you come across a witch, when you come across these older women who are trying to seduce you, what do you do?
Run. Well, if you're
Mhm.
for for all these types, when they start approaching you with the madness, because you don't know what demons they're dealing with. Like, instead of trying to sit there and deal with their demons, just separate yourself from it. But I mean, if you feel as though you can handle it or whatever, which I kind of advise against, just put them in your temporary zone so you could still grow. Because if you feel like you're going to be with somebody like that for a while, you're just about to put yourself in a bad situation and get stuck. At least some of the older ones can't have kids or have their tubes tied or whatever. But the ones that don't have that, um, play at your own risk, because you could put them in a temporary zone, but you get one of them pregnant that have 3 kids already.
Older woman pregnant, yeah, or a woman with kids already pregnant. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, then you're in trouble. So, I mean, it's all at your own risk. A lot of the older ones have their tubes tied and stuff already. And so if you're like, okay, well, I'll just deal with this for temporary, then you run less risk. I mean, there's still diseases out there, but still you run less risk of kids and lifetime stuff. But if you want to be foolproof, stay away from that. Just go get the bag. Build yourself
Walter's
up.
right, man.
Focus on getting a woman that won't do that. That they're out there. Get your passport. There's plenty of women. While you get in your bag, instead of spending, how much did you say the average was where they spend on dates? What would you say the
Well,
average is?
average man spends a year on dates is close to $10,000, man.
Yeah, and so let me put it this way: you could spend $1,200 on a plane ticket, go somewhere, get a woman that will honor you, that have this Western mentality, and and she'll be on you, and you can fly out 2 or 3 times, make sure she get her passport, blah blah blah, and spend half that and actually have a legacy instead of spending all that. And it's not only that, you're not just spending your money, you're spending your mind, you're spending your peace, you're spending your life, you're spending time that you could have been getting an education yourself, getting the bag yourself. Why not just get your passport if you can't find one over here that does that? So my thing is just run if you get a woman like that.
Run. Hey, that's very good advice. Don't. It's very simple. Don't date older women. Man, you should be dating. You should be dating around your age or younger, not older. Okay. Why? Because that woman is going to try you. That woman is going to test you. That woman is not going to respect you. An older woman is not going to respect a younger man. It's just not going to happen. It's possible, but it's not probable, if that makes any sense. It's just not going to happen. She's going to try you. She's going to test you. If you're young, you're not going to have the experience enough to know how to withstand and withhold and resist the temptations of the evil one, and she will flee. You're not going to have that in you. As a man, what you need to do is resist. You need to practice semen retention, right? You need to practice dick discipline. You need to reward yourself only when you do something good. So that means you need to work hard first and then say, now I deserve this, instead of work hard and try to get your luxuries as they go. No. You want to abstain from that, and you want to get to the bag, build up your execution skills first, and then all these things will follow. All the goodness and the beauty and the women, they'll be chasing you, because now you are more attractive to them than they are to you, because you have you built yourself up. But we know you're human. You're not a robot. Okay? So we know very few men can actually walk the true discipline path. So you're going to make some pit stops along the way in your learning. And if you do mess with an older woman, this is my advice to you. You ready? If you mess with an older woman, just make sure you're a man. I don't care how young you are. I don't care how old you are. Be a man. These type of women, there's no future. If you're younger and she's older and she has kids and you don't have kids, there's no future. The worst thing you can do is shoot the club up and get her pregnant to an older woman. That's the worst thing you can do. Don't take the chance. Don't take the risk. I don't care if she says she's on the pill or whatever, or she got her tubes tied. Don't take the chance, because that's not something you want to deal with. Because imagine having an older woman, baby mama, for the rest of your life, nagging you, emasculating you, take it, telling your kids the things you don't want. You don't want that. So the best thing to do is not date older women. Just date within your age range or younger, right? That's the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
But if you got to deal with it, man, at least be a player about it. Be a slayer. Be a slayer. Take them down. Dick them down and get them out of here and move on to the next. Be a player. Be a player for real. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a pretend. Be a player for real.
Because Kevin Samuels is right. I mean, even if she does have her tubes tied or can't have kids or blah blah blah, I mean, you can't have a legacy. And even if she learns to respect a man way later, a lot of times it's like too late. Okay, I respect a man, but then you can't really offer
Say
me.
that.
Can't offer me any kids.
Say
Can't offer
that.
blah blah blah. So I mean, Kevin Samuels was right. He was like, once you get to a certain point as a woman, even if you learn the good qualities late, it's like, what can you offer to a man? And so a young man has to realize, like, okay, she's not really going to be able to offer me. I need to give myself a legacy. I'm not going to compromise. Don't compromise, because the world is trying to teach men that, okay, she learned this at a late age. So now you have to compromise everything as a man just because now all of a sudden she has an epiphany way later. And you don't have to deal with that.
Right. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into the next part of the video, man. Let's get into the next part of the video, man. And then we're gonna end it up, man. We're gonna round this thing up, man. I think we're getting into it, man. The Temptress. Let's talk about the Temptress. Let me play the video.
Attractive girl who uses her looks, sex and seduction as her main weapon against men. The Temptress is actually very similar to the liar, except that this woman uses sex as a weapon to control men. She would do anything for money. She will set up a man if it means that she can make money. The Temptress will use her sexuality as a tool for power, and she will use her body to lure men in. She is not concerned with morality or ethics, only how much money she can make off of the situation. The Temptress is also very selfish and self-centered. She will manipulate men into doing things that they would never want to do if it meant that it would benefit her in some way. She is the type of woman who will sleep with a man she doesn't even know just because he has money. The Temptress is also very good at setting up men and making them think they are in love with her so that they will do what she wants or buy things for her. She uses sex to control men and manipulate them into doing what she wants. The Temptress is often a gold digger, but not always. She does not care about love or relationships, she only cares about her own pleasure and what she can get out of the situation. The Temptress knows how to play men like a game of chess and will win every time if they let her. The Temptress is very much like the prostitute in that she uses her body to get what she wants. She also has very low self-esteem and will do whatever it takes to make herself feel better about herself. The Temptress can often be found working as a stripper or an escort, because these are jobs where she can use her body in order to get what she wants. But you can also find her in sales and marketing, entrepreneurship, and even politics. In order to spot a Temptress, look for women who are very seductive and flirty. They tend to be very good at what they do and can make any man weak in the knees with just one look from their bedroom eyes. Men, beware of the liars, witches and temptresses. The key is to stay smart and don't get yourself in a relationship unless you can see the long-term potential. If things seem to be moving too fast or there's no real longevity to it, move on. You are the man if you know her game, then you can play it better than her. Don't let them get to your head, stay strong and remember that the right woman is out there for you. If you are not finding luck in the US, you can always look elsewhere, like overseas. There are many beautiful women who are looking for a man like you. You just have to be willing to go where the action is and keep your eyes open for those that stand out from the crowd.
All right.
I hope that this video has given you a better glimpse and understanding of what it's like to be a man in today's society. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below.
All right. The Temptress.
Have you ever felt like you've been played by a woman?
Let's go. I'm having all kinds of technical difficulties here, you guys, but you know, we're gonna work through it. The Temptress, the IG model, the stripper, right? The Temptress can also have low self-esteem, but she's usually the Temptress is usually a narcissistic woman, very narcissistic, very calculated. I mean, she is cunning. This woman knows she looks good or knows how to make herself look good. You know, this is the Temptress can be the ugly woman who wears a bunch of makeup, who transforms herself into this beautiful woman, right? You ever seen those videos of them Transformers? The women who look like really plain in the face, and then when they dress up, they're like a woman of the night.
Yeah.
Those are Temptresses. They sleep during the day and they're out at night looking for men. Men who are not so sharp. Men who are what's the word?
Gullible?
Gullible. Yeah, they're definitely looking for gullible men. Looking for men who have power, who have status that they can manipulate and control. These are women of the night. They're looking for the young man who's not experienced, because they want to take advantage of him, right? They're your strippers. They're trying to get you to come out and spend some money and throw some dollars. They are very transactional. They can be so sweet and so cold at the same time. One minute they're the sweetest thing.
People may not believe that. No, I said people may not believe us that there's a lot of unattractive women that's doing that and being successful at it. But I'll say this. But look at many of your celebrities who they wind up having certain love childs by, or getting certain diseases from, and look at the person who they got it from. That person is not no model, not a model, not no model, not. So
you gotta watch out for the Temptress, man. You just gotta watch out for the Temptress. And this is this is the like I said, this is the girl that she knows that you will pay money to sleep with her. She knows she can get money from you. She knows it. And she's okay with sticking to her guns and saying, "No, I'm not going to mess with you if you don't give me what I want." She will make it that way. She will say things like, "If you pay my bill, I'll be very friendly towards you." You know what I'm saying? She has no problem, and she's the Temptress is the most open individual. The Temptress will go both ways. She'll go with men and women. You understand? The Temptress, you got to watch out for the Temptress, because like I said, it's not love, it's not emotions with her. It's transactional. It's the barter system. It's, I'm giving you this and you're giving me that, and they're okay with it. And a lot of them, you got, like I said, these IG models, they have overinflated prices. You know, we know that the box is only $40. But with the Temptress, you're gonna be spending hundreds and thousands of dollars. She's not necessarily a gold digger, although she is, but that's not her motivation. Because the Temptress, she's like she can have her own money. She can have her own money. She's stripping. She got her OnlyFans page. She doesn't necessarily need from you, but the fact that you're hanging around her, she feels as if you need to pay her something because she's here.
Oh, there's some wild things out there. Like we're kind of going light today. But there's some wild stuff. I remember. I'm gonna just say this real quick. I remember at one of my jobs in my past, in my younger days, there was this girl. She was a stud, but she was a security guard, right? So security guards, you get to see everybody that passed by the door. But I guess she had a girlfriend or whatever. But she was like, I be with men too, and I get I get certain things with men, and she was like, yeah, you could hit it for. Well, she didn't tell me this, but I know certain guys that
Don't tell
actually.
on yourself, Walter. Don't tell on yourself, man. Pastor.
No, I didn't do it, but I know certain guys, and they was like, yeah, I got with so and so. I thought she was just a stud. I was like, she is, and I was like, she is, and then like a week later, yeah, she was just telling me that she just be with guys temporarily and just get certain things. She was trying to get this and that from me. I said, well, what did you expect? I mean, so there's like a lot of wild things out there, and I hear a lot of wild things in my profession.
Watch out. Watch out. Watch out for the stud. That's a transformer. That's all I'm going to say.
There's a lot of them out there.
She's a stud by day, and she's a woman by night. Watch out for that. You know why? Because it's money motivated. She's living a double life. Listen, she prefers women, but she takes advantage of men. That is the ultimate temptress. The ultimate temptress is the woman that prefers women, but still sleeps with men.
Yeah, I didn't want to be too crunchy on your show, but I had to point that out too.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's perfect. You got to watch out. So how do we watch out? How do men not fall prey to the temptress, to the carefree spirit, to the woman of the night? I mean, the temptress is let's be real. She's an escort. I don't care if she's I don't care if she's a nurse. I don't care if she's a doctor. I don't care if she's a customer service agent. Her heart is a stripper, is a woman of the night, is a harlot. You have to pay or you will not play. That is the temptress. She's going to get some kind of self-gratification from dealing with you. And it's not just sex for her. It's more than that. It's money. It's power. It's manipulation. It's control. It's all those things when it comes to a temptress. She is young. She is smart. She can even be a witch. She can lie. She can cheat. She can steal. And let me tell you about these women, these temptresses, these women of the night. They will watch out because they will drug you and they will rob you. They will set you up. They will use their good. If you are walking home with a 10 and you know you only qualify for a 5 or a 6, and all of a sudden you're able to pull this 9 or this 10 or this person that looks like they're a 9 or a 10, you should be weary. Don't think that you're a player for real if you're not a player for real. Don't think that you're preferred all of a sudden and you haven't been preferred before. You know what I'm saying? Don't be fooled because these temptresses can even make you feel like you worked for something you didn't even work for. They can make you feel like you deserve something you don't even deserve. Oh, I deserve a baddie. My game is tight. No, nigga. She using you and you about to get set up for the kill. You about to go back to the hotel, right? You may get to smash or she may drug you before you smash. But guess what? that wallet, that gold chain, that diamond, it's gone. It's gone. When you wake up in the morning, it's gone. It's gone. Because she
Or
was
just
only there for that one thing. That one thing on. Go ahead.
no, no. I'm just saying, well said. I mean, but and I just wanted to point something out with what you were saying because what you said was well said. Because look at the bots that's showing up on in the chat. That's part of the Temptress. That's part of that's why these things show up because they know that they can do things like that and get away with things like that. Um, shoot, that there's not even really too much. They don't even really prosecute women that do that. They'll prosecute a man that does that.
Prostitution is legal in Las Vegas. In California, the solicitation of prostitution is legal now, right? Not the act. You can solicit prostitution, and that's legal now. You could be sitting at a bar next to a woman of the night now, and you can think your game is tight, and she could be like, "Yeah, man, I need about 500 tonight.
Yeah,
If you really want to do something, I need about 500." And you're like, "What? I spent all these drinks on you, gamed you up, thinking I'm going to take you home, and you telling me, oh yeah, if you want to take me home, it's going to cost 500."
and they won't say anything about it. The law won't say, yeah.
That's legal now. That's legal now. Now, if they happen to set you up with a prostitute, right, and you fall for it, and they have you on camera, the act now, that's illegal, and they can take you down. But the actual solicitation of it, person can't go to jail for solicitation. So if a woman of night solicits a police officer, she can't go to jail unless that police officer go and guess what? It's actually not even set up for the woman to go to jail. It's more set up for the man to go to jail, right? If you look at it,
Right. That's my point.
it's not
That's
even.
my
It's like the woman gets off scot-free because she can just, hey, you want to do something? It's gonna cost $50 to make you holler, and you're like, well, shoot, okay, it's a slow night, okay, boom, and all of a sudden police show up. Oh yeah, man, we got you on tape. We got you giving them the money about boom, boom. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So you got to watch out, is what I'm saying. How do we watch out? What advice would you give men to watch out for the temptress, the woman of the night, the woman that, and we're winding this down if we give you this advice here, but how do we watch out for the temptress? What advice do you give a young man or an older man or any man when dealing with the temptress, the IG model, the stripper? What do you tell them?
same thing, run. Nah, but yeah, it's for all these things, the temptress and all three, there's three things that guys can do. One, stay on code. That you have to stay on code. Um, Two, don't give in. I mean, have some willpower. And three, build a circle. You can start actually building a circle of of women that's not like that. Be your own steward. Have your own garden. And if you can't find women like that to be in your circle, that's not of what we're talking about here. That's actually decent women. Get a couple overseas. You can build circle. You just have to while you're getting the bag. Hey, oh, I got some free time. Let me see if I can find a decent woman that's not like that. Oh, I can't find her. Cool. I'll get one overseas. Oh, I found one. Cool. Hey, you want to be friends? You want to be in my circle? You want to be cool? She's like, cool, cool. And watch her grow while you grow. And if something happens, something comes from it, cool. If y'all still wind up being friends, cool. But at least you have upstanding women in your circle, because not only is it just for romantic purposes, but it also builds you as a man. It'll help you find the woman that you want down the road as well, because you're starting to learn how to vet women. You're starting to learn how to read we women. You have to start practicing that now so you don't fall for the indecent women that we're talking about on this show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's that solid advice. You know, I'm gonna just tell you like this, man. The purpose of me bringing this show to you and calling it the liar, the witch, and the temptress is because you don't mess with any of these women. You want to avoid all three of these women. These are modern women. These are modern. This is why you want a more traditional woman, not so you can take advantage of her, right? Not so you can abuse her like all these women are thinking, right? All these modern women. Oh, girl, he's just trying to abuse you and make you submit, and you're gonna be in the house cooking and cleaning and barefoot and pregnant and no, no, no. Good men know how to treat women good. If men know how to treat the temptress and the liar, right, and the witch with respect and treat them good, right? Don't you think a good man knows how to treat a good woman as well? A traditional woman, a more traditional woman. Let me tell you something, man. Don't believe the lie that men are out here taking advantage of women and mistreating women and don't believe that.
Right there.
Let me tell you that there's nothing more powerful than a man. Than a man. Listen to this. Than a man who can abstain. There's nothing more powerful than someone who is considered dangerous, but they're good.
Hmm. Oh, we're having technical difficulties.
Can y'all hear technical difficulties? Can you
It
hear
was
me?
just for 2 seconds. I can hear you now. It just was 2
Okay,
seconds. It was a 2 second.
okay. So the purpose of this show, man, is so you guys know that modern women are really out to get you. They're only out for themselves. You're gonna come across, I guarantee you, if you're in the US, you're gonna run across the liar. You're gonna run across the witch. You're gonna run across the temptress. You're gonna run across all three. You're gonna run across all two. You're going to see them all in the same person. You might be dealing with one right now, is what I'm trying to say. And you need to have the moral fiber, the moral fortitude to say, I'm done. I'm done dealing with these type of women. And I want to sell out for a woman who's feminine, for a woman who's genuine, for a woman who actually gives a damn about me, who cares about me, who's willing to wash my dirty drawers, so to speak. That's the woman you want. And
Yes.
if it's getting your passport and going overseas to find her, then that's what you got to do. But you got to be committed to it. You can't go over there broke. You got to go over there with yourself built up already. So you got to map out and put a plan together. You don't just throw yourself out there overseas and think something's going on. You got to prepare. Okay? This is your life right here that we're talking about. So I just want to bring this to your attention, man, that the liar, the witch, and the temptress, right? Your chances are you're messing with her right now. If you're in
Or
the US,
right now.
or you're married to her right now. And if you're married to her, I'm gonna be honest. I'm like this. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be so real. I mean, this is why I don't give dating advice. So I'm just gonna tell you or relationship advice because you do not probably want to take this advice because I'm hardcore. If you're married to any of these women, divorce her. He who files first wins. File first, young man. Do the same thing that she does. Irreconcilable differences. File first. Get out from up under that as quick as possible. You, as a man, you should have a prenup anyway. A prenup should come standard with every marriage, foreign or domestic. Okay, a prenup is standard. If she's not down with the prenup, you don't marry her. That's not the one. It's too much risk on a man. Too much risk on a man. It's too much risk. Too much we can lose. And if she can't understand that, then she's not the right one. Bottom line. I like what Steven Jackson did, right? You hear about what Steven Jackson did, the basketball player, Steven Jackson?
Oh, yeah. When she went and signed the prenup, he walked off the altar.
You got to be Steven Jackson. Man, that brother is a P. That brother was smart. That brother dodged a bullet. You need to be like Steven Jackson. Okay? She signs it or you don't get married, and that's it. You leave her at the altar even. Because when you're dealing with a modern woman, you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know if you're going to get this or you're going to get that, or if she's even going to change. So that's what I got for you guys, man. That's all I got for you guys. Walter, you got anything else to add, man? I mean, the purpose of the show, man, just to show you that you need a more traditional woman. I could end all my broadcasts by just saying, get you a traditional woman. Get you a traditional woman. Get you a traditional woman. There's no good in a modern woman. I can go that route, but you guys won't listen, so I have to over explain. I have to come up with facts, data, statistics. I have to come up with different content and shows because you're gonna forget. As human beings, our attention span is not that long, so I have to beat this thing into you like a dead horse. The modern woman is not a good woman. She's not a woman that's for the nuclear family. She's not a woman that's going to help you build anything. She's the woman that's going to tear it down and distract you and keep you from your purpose. But the traditional woman, she's going to bring you the peace. She's going to build the environment for you to thrive so you can have peace, so you can build something that lasts, so you have the strength, so you have the endurance, so you have the time, right? This woman is going to understand when to be around you and when to leave you alone so you can work. That's all I got to say, man. Walter, anything got to say, man, before we dip out on these clowns tonight, man, who didn't want to show up to the thing, man? Anything you want to say?
Just one thing. Just know that they don't come in dating form. They come in friend form. It can be somebody that you're already married to. Shoot, heck, even in the church. If your pastor's wife is like that, leave that church. If your friend is like that, you don't want women like that in your circle. So the more you practice on it, the more it'll build you as a man. And that's all I got to say. Too much moxie, show. Do your thing.
Hey, as a man, there's two things that we do as men. Right? Two things that we never do as men. All right. We do a lot of things as men, but there's two things that we never do. We never give up and we never bow down. This is Too Much Moxie Podcast, and we are out. Peace.
Yeah, I feel like I join the choir. Shit, I should go to church.